Hi there, and welcome back to the Remarkable Care vlog. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm your host, Coco Selman of Illume Home Care. And today I wanted to talk to you about the 10 steps of remarkable care. And this is a system that you can use, whether you're a care provider or you're just trying to do something well in life. It could be the way you approach absolutely anything. And it's skewed a little bit here towards the care provider method because we use it with our care providers, but really I use it in the office every day, all the time, in the way I approach how I do things. So here's what it's all about, okay? So first of all, number one, so important when you're providing remarkable care to others is that you start your day with filling up your cup. So first, do something kind for yourself, acknowledge yourself, do something good so that when you start your day, you start an action, you're doing it from a full and loving cup. The second step is to be prepared. So whatever it is that you're about to do takes a moment of preparation, whether you're going into a patient's home and you need to review the plan of care, or you are preparing for a meeting with someone, or you are getting ready to build a spreadsheet, or even getting ready to send an email. Any task at all is being prepared. What is it that you want to do? What is the purpose and intention? Do you have the supplies in hand? Do you have what you need in order to complete the task in the time frame that's needed? Do you need to involve others? So be prepared. Take the moment to get yourself prepared. The next thing is be on time, early even. And this is something that is so simple and yet so profound. So remarkable care, really, the bar for something that you would call remarkable really doesn't start at being on time, right? It starts at being early. It starts at being prepared and ready at the time and before your receivers are expecting to receive whatever it is you're providing for them. So the idea of remarkable care is to be on time, early even, and to surpass people's expectations in terms of completing things on time. So it also requires preparing yourself in step 2 to make sure that you are able to be there on time. It's a good idea to check and see with Waze or Google Maps how long it's going to take you to drive somewhere. It's a good idea to plan out your day and figure out how long it's going to take you to prepare for a particular meeting and to move things around in order to make sure it works. So being on time is really a function of being prepared and being thoughtful and arriving here, it says smiling at the front door exactly on time. So you arrive when you're expected and you're ready, you're happy, you're coming into whatever circumstance you're in, whether it's an email that starts with a hello, how are you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, or a meeting, or you're coming into a patient's home and you're smiling and ready to give care. Number 4 is to enter as preferred. Okay, so this is important. We sometimes get ourselves very caught up in our own minds and we enter into the world coming from our limited perspective. And so when we enter into someone else's environment, whether it's literally going into their house or it's coming in and meeting with them at a meeting or walking into their office or delivering them a spreadsheet via email, we want to enter as preferred. We want to interact with them, start our discussion in a way that's amenable to the person that we are interacting with. So in the case of providing care in homes, we want to enter as preferred. Sometimes that means families, in our practice of continuous care, we have people that are in people's homes, in some cases 23 hours a day. And so we have a lot of caregivers coming in and out, nurses walking in and out of the house. And so for some families, they want every interaction be a knock on the door and wait for somebody to come in. And in other times, it's you have a key or the door is left open and you're quietly coming in and out. But this is where we are thoughtful about the way we come into people's lives and the way we enter into people's lives. So enter is preferred. The next is to anticipate wants and needs. All right, anticipate and fulfill. And this is where the majority of our time is spent. And as care providers in the field, oftentimes we go straight to that. And we don't take the time to do the other things. And we just we invest in almost mechanically into fulfilling wants and needs. And we need to elevate that level through remarkable care by really understanding the wants, needs, and preferences of our people that we're serving, our audience. So number 6 is tidy, brighten, and enlighten. And I cannot express how important this piece is. It is about the way you do something. You can check boxes off of a person's care plan, or you can get things done that are on your to-do list. But if you do it in a way that tidy, brightens, and enlightens, which just means to better, to make things better as you go, it changes not just what you're doing, but the outcome. So here we want to bring light to people's lives. We want to bring light to situations. We want to make things better. So as you're anticipating and fulfilling wants and needs in step 5 above, you want to weave that in with the tidy, brighten, and enlighten. And just notice how different of an experience it is for you when you are delivering care or writing an email or giving a presentation or balancing the books, if that's what your job is in finance. If you're doing it with the intention of tidy, brightening, and enlightening, you will notice that it's more fun for you, and it really makes a huge difference in the way that it's received. Then, this is important, prepare for your departure. So this one I have to work on for myself all the time, because I get right to the edge of the day and I pack up and run. And so preparing for your departure is important, because it means you are making sure you're wrapping up your day. You're thinking ahead of the time when you have to go. And so that the last time that you're with the person that you're with, and you're completing the project you're completing, you can draw it to a close that feels tidy and neat. And you can also make sure that all the needs of your audience are met. So if you're in a person's home, you need to let them know, okay, I'm going to be leaving soon. Do you have everything you need? What can I do to help prepare for you? Can I get you a glass of water? Can I make sure that their pillow is in the right position for your back? Is there a book that I could get for you to bring next to your nightstand? Do you have dinner prepared? Where is it? Can we make sure it's ready for dinner? So preparing for your departure and letting people know, okay, it's about to end, our discussion, our meeting, it's about to end, and we're ready to go. Then there is that step of a fond, caring farewell. So giving a warm goodbye and making sure that a person feels honored and feels warmth from you as you're going. So it could be through a meeting that you say goodbye, and you're preparing for your departure. Is that part of the meeting where you tidy up and you say, okay, this is what we talked about in the meeting, and now we're the next time we get together, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z, or here's the next steps. The fond farewell in a meeting would be, okay, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to be with you, and I'll see you next time. It's making that eye contact. It's referring to a person by their name. It's making a heart connection. And it also is in the way you might send out an email if you're delivering a spreadsheet, right? It also could be, and I mean this sincerely, you're finishing your task for the day, and you take a moment and even just say to the task, it could be bookkeeping, it could be, you could be keeping track of, you could be scheduling, and you just take a moment and you just wish the work farewell. If there's no human there, but there's work that's being out there and you know that there's a recipient of it, you just wish the work farewell and those who will be reading it later. Then you take time. Number 9 is review, report, and innovate. And this is the step where you, if you are an Illume care provider, you would go into our EMR system and you would track your day, make sure your notes are complete. You make sure that you log any wants, needs, or preferences and communicate that with your team. This is where you think about how we could do things better next time. This, if you're in an office setting, this is where you take a moment and reflect. This could be something you do at the end of your day, before you go to sleep at night, and you just take a moment and you reflect on your day. Give yourself acknowledgement for what you've accomplished, and then you move on and you say, okay, how could I make tomorrow even better? What would I do differently tomorrow that would enrich my life and produce a better outcome for others? And last but not least is that step of acknowledgement once again. So you put in your day, and sometimes at the end of the days we check up all the boxes we want. Sometimes we get lots of praise and thanks from others. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes the day goes sideways and you end up not doing all the things you wanted. You feel a little frustrated and you still do all the things you want, or you still are busy and doing things, but maybe it wasn't what you wanted. So take a moment and acknowledge yourself, especially for the hard moments, right? Acknowledge yourself for how you were able to overcome. Acknowledge yourself for being a person who cares. Acknowledge yourself to be a person that takes the time to acknowledge themselves. And that means you're a learning, growing, and remarkable person, truly. So those are the 10 steps of remarkable care. I hope that you enjoy them and can apply them into your life. Have a great day and go make the world a better place. Thanks.